Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to analyze Park Jimin from BTS birth chart. Before I start this video, I just want to make a very important announcement, and that is I am now making personal readings for anyone who wants them. If you want to get a personal reading from me, you can go to the link that I will put in the description and in the comments. It's buymeacoffee/Charlie with 2 E's, just like the name of my channel. And you can now go there and go to my extras, and you will see there exactly how you can get a reading from me. I'm very excited about this. You just have to go there and get it, and after you get it, you will have to write your email and your birthday dates and the time you were born and the city you were born, so I can make your birth chart, and then I will just write everything about yourself and also answer any questions that you may have. You can also write them. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. So if you're interested in that, you can go check it out. And thank you so much for everybody who asked me that. And now, without further ado, let's get started with the video. So for Jimin, just like all of the other members of BTS, it is very hard to know exactly what time they were born in, and the time defines our ascendant in our chart, and that is the most important part of our birth chart. So it is very hard without knowing the time, but I found this time online. It's a speculation, but after studying the whole chart, I feel like this is very true for Jimin. The way I found out that it was probably true is because of the physical features of this ascendant, which is in Cancer. They're exactly like Jimin. So I'm gonna run you through all of the physical features and the style and whatever, so you can really see that this is the one. Also, if I sort of mess up my words, please forgive me, because it's Mercury retrograde, and apparently I can't speak correctly when it's Mercury retrograde because it's really affecting my communication skills. Anyways, let's just start reading the chart. So Jimin has his ascendant in Cancer, and this will give Jimin a very short and a smaller body than average. And after all, he is the shortest member of BTS, and members are always making fun of him because of that. Ascendant in Cancer also gives men a very defined waist and abs. For women, it's usually more of a curvy body with strong hips. And the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon, so he will have his physical features will look like the moon in a way. So he will have very sort of fair and pale skin, just like the moon, and very fluffy cheeks, like the full moon. And because the moon is the planet of femininity, he will also have a very soft, feminine-looking features. And he will display his emotions very openly, and his mood will always be visible in his face. Now, when it comes to his style and his fashion, he will probably prefer to wear colors like black, white, and silver, which are the colors of the moon, and in silky fabrics. And also, he will have a very effortless and comfortable style, since Cancer, just like Taurus, is always looking for comfort. The moon is a very elegant, sort of reminiscent planet, so this will mean he will probably choose a lot of vintage and elegant clothing that maybe he likes his clothing to last a very long time, or clothing that that has some sort of attachment to the past. His Scorpio Venus also definitely likes to look sexy, and since it's in the 5th house, which is ruled by Leo, he's not afraid to get attention for the way he looks or the way he dresses. So he may choose some very colorful clothing or eye-catching patterns and all of that. He also has a very deep appreciation for all things that are beautiful and art. His Venus is in trine with his ascendant, so that will mean that he's just, again, very beautiful, very charming, like beautiful voice, a beautiful face, and beautiful way of acting. And of course, like good looks. You know, it's really funny because I noticed that in all of the BTS members that I've read so far, they all have very clear indicators on their charts of their beauty and their like good taste in art. Their Venus is always very well aspected, which is crazy to think about, right? They all have this beauty and this taste for art, and it's crazy. Anyways, also I want to talk a little bit about the 10th house, because the 10th house reveals what the public thinks of us, and since Jimin is a celebrity, this is obviously very important for him. And the 10th house is in Pisces, and he also has Saturn conjuncting the midheaven. So this will mean that he is known for being like very dreamy and ethereal and almost like unachievable and unattainable. And he is also seen as an ideal man for many people. He has a great artistic ability, and that is usually one of the first things that people notice about him. His image can also change very often, so he can be very soft and cute because of the Pisces, and he can also look very sexy and fierce and very intimidating because of the influence of the Saturn MC conjunction. Now, for his personality, he is definitely an extrovert because of the Sun and his Mercury in Libra, and also his Mars and the Venus in the 5th house. So he thrives on socializing with others. Usually, the more interaction with others, the more Libra's soul feels balanced. But because of his Cancer ascendant, he may have a tendency to isolate himself when he is afraid or uncertain, just like a crab in his shell. Cancer, is defined by a crab. However, with his Sun and his Mercury in Libra, he is a very, very intelligent communicator. He is very diplomatic. He hates fighting and injustice. So, for example, if two of the members are fighting, he will probably have a hard time picking sides, and he will be the one to make sure that they reach an agreement and that in the end everybody's happy. He also knows how to use his charm, and he knows how to persuade people. Libras and Pisces too, but now I'm focusing on the Libra because in the Jimin chart he has a lot of Libra. Usually Libras, they are like mirrors, so they will reflect whatever energy the people around them have, and they know exactly how to look the way you want them. They know exactly how to say what you want them to say, and they can sort of transform themselves in whoever you want them to be. This is why I think it's so interesting that in Jimin's song, his Jimin solo song, it's called Filter, and he says something like, pick your filter, which me do you want? I can be your genie. How about Aladdin? Choose the version of me that you want. He says that like throughout the whole song. Honestly, go listen to the song, it's very good. But this is true. He definitely can change himself according to the situation. And I feel like this is a thing that most Libras do, because they are people pleasers. They want to give the people what they want. So whether it's on stage or on his daily life, like, he definitely knows. He knows how charismatic and powerful he actually is. And I've seen a lot of people joking, saying that everybody, and like even men, fall in love with Jimin. And I think he does that on purpose. Like, he knows exactly what he's doing, because he's very charming and very flirty and very persuasive because of all of this Libra and Scorpio also energy. He has his moon in Gemini in the 12th house. So this actually also enhances his superpower, because he knows how to analyze people and how they're feeling. So he's like a sponge. He can feel what everybody around him is feeling, and he sort of adapts to that. His moon in Gemini makes him intellectualize his emotions, which is very contradicting to his Cancer rising, which is very just like intuitive and just plain emotional. And like I said before, we always find these contradictions in astrology, so this can lead to some hard times. I think Jimin may have a hard time dealing with his feelings sometimes, because he's always in this constant dilemma of being logical and at the same time being intuitive, and this can lead to a lot of anxiety and stress. It is also said that planets usually go to the 12th house to hide. So since the moon represents his feelings and emotions, he probably feels like he needs to hide his emotions all the time or most of the time. This can be because he is an idol, so he probably cannot show how he really feels most of the time, but it can also be because of his personality. Maybe he just doesn't like showing his feelings because he's afraid it makes him look weak or something like that. Nevertheless, like this moon in Gemini in the 12th house, it also gives him a very curious and a very open mind. He is always interested in learning new things, exploring unique topics, and this was probably influenced by his mother, since the moon represents the mother in astrology. Speaking of his mother, with the Cancer ascendant and the sun in the 4th house, Jimin really values family. He really wants to be nurtured and he wants to nurture others. That's why I think Jimin and Tae get along so well with each other, since both of them, in a way, they sort of nurture each other and they share the same family values. But if you want to know more about Taeyong, I also made a video about him, so you can check it out. I will probably link it in the description or up here. When it comes to his love life and his romantic life, like I said, he values family a lot, and in a relationship he's definitely looking for commitment. I definitely don't think he's the type of person to just like have a one night stand or anything like that. He's definitely not a playboy, even though many people think that he is, but I don't think he is. He has his Mars and his Venus in the 5th house, and his Sun and Mercury are in Libra. So this pretty much means that Jimin is like the most sexy, most sensual, charming person. He's very flirty, like he's the most flirty person in the world almost. He probably flirts without even realizing. You know, most Libras like to flirt just for fun, like just because they can, just because they're good at it. And he definitely knows how charming he is, and he takes advantage of that. So he's very flirty, he's very cheeky, you could say he's a little bit naughty, but this is all just sort of for fun, because deep down, he when it comes to a romantic relationship, he is very committed and he's looking for, you know, real feelings and not just for fun. Because of his Scorpio placements, so we have the Venus and the Mars conjuncting Pluto in Scorpio in the 5th. Like Scorpios just don't know how to be in the middle. Like it's always one extreme or the other. So he will either like love someone with all his heart and do absolutely everything for them, even if it means he will hurt himself, or he will actually hate a person to death, like for the rest of his life. Scorpios, like if you hurt a Scorpio and they hate you, like they will never forget what you did to them. They will hold a grudge forever, and this goes to most placements in Scorpio. And they may forgive you, but they will never forget what you did. He's also very jealous and possessive because of this Mars-Pluto conjunction in Scorpio. And also because Libras are also naturally very insecure, and they fear that their partner might find someone better than them. Yeah, you Scorpio Venus and Scorpio Venus men are the most intensive and the most possessive of all the signs. They're very jealous. They are afraid that other people will find their partners attractive. It's sort of like they want people to think that their partners are attractive, but they are jealous when they do. And they also often doubt their partners because of past trauma or being hurt in the past. They can be very suspicious. Now, for his future wife, you know, a lot of people ask me what BTS's future wife was gonna be like, and I can never know exactly how they're gonna be, who they're gonna be. Just by looking at the birth chart, it's very difficult. But we can know a little bit what their ideal partner will be like. So he has a Neptune in the 7th house, and I feel like this means that Jimin tends to idealize his partner, since Neptune is a planet of illusions. So for example, if he has a girlfriend, he will probably think that she is perfect and he will not see her faults. So this can cause him to get hurt and manipulated by people if he's not careful. Actually, it doesn't even have to be just his girlfriend. He can be manipulated by people, by everyone. Not everyone, but by people in general if he's not careful. And so he really needs to be careful and not believe everything that people say. Neptune is also very secretive, so I feel like he thinks he needs to hide his relationships from the public, which makes sense because he's a celebrity and he's probably not allowed to date publicly. He also has Uranus in the 7th house. So I think he doesn't really have a type of girl that he likes more, because Uranus is sort of very open-minded and very unexpected. You never know what to expect from Uranus. So I can pretty much see him dating anyone as long as he likes them. He probably likes to be with someone who's very unique and has like a lot of curiosity and desire for learning like him, because of the moon in Gemini. Like, I don't, whether she's older or younger, like foreigner or Korean, is very uncertain. Like, I can definitely see it going either way. But since the 7th opens in Capricorn, I think his future wife might be someone very rich or established in society, or with a very high social status. If not that, she will be just very responsible and organized, very intelligent, and I think she will be very business oriented. And it's very likely that they're gonna meet each other at work or someplace business related. But if we want to explore someone's marriage very deeply, we can take a look at Juno. And Juno is an asteroid and named after Jupiter's wife. I didn't analyze this asteroid in my other videos because I only very recently started studying about Juno, but I found that the results are very accurate. So Jimin has Juno in the 6th house in Sagittarius. The 6th house describes our daily lives, like our routines, our habits, our health, and our work. So his future in his future marriage, he will truly enjoy doing simple and daily tasks with his partner. Like, he will do the laundry with them or wash the dishes with them. Like, that's where they will really bond. And they will do house chores together, they will work out together, they will really enjoy exercising together. And like I said before, he also may work with her, or he will meet her at work or some sort of maybe gym or somewhere that they do exercise. But I definitely think that he will meet her at work, or she will be his colleague, she will be his co-worker, or they will work together. Because Juno is in Sagittarius, they will definitely need to respect each other's independence and freedom. Like, they cannot be looking at each other what they're doing all of the time, because that will exhaust them. They will probably travel a lot together, but they will also be apart for very long periods of time because of work. So they really must trust each other, or else the relationship is not going to work at all. They will both rely on each other, and I feel like his wife will also take care of his health a lot, like see if he's eating well, see if he's exercising, make sure that he's healthy and fine. And yeah, this looks like a very healthy relationship to me. I think he will be very happy once he's married, or if he ever decides to marry. Now, for his work and his life purpose, I also think Jimin, just like Jungkook and Taehyung, I definitely think that he's also following his true life purpose. His placements in the 5th house and his midheaven being in Pisces, it is very obvious that he was meant to have a career in performative arts, so like music, dancing, or theater, or anything like that, that he gets to be on a stage and just show his talent. So the job that he has right now, it's perfect for him. Like, art is definitely where he focuses his energy. With a Saturn also conjuncting his midheaven, he is very, very perfectionist when it comes to his work. And I think he may never be satisfied with his performance and always thinks that he can do better. His Mars and Pluto conjunction also will give him the drive to keep working hard and always improving himself. He's very ambitious, and he definitely doesn't play around when it comes to his work. And he's definitely way too harsh on himself. He can even be self-destructive if he feels like he's not doing a good job, which we've seen before. It is known that Jimin went on very harsh and very unhealthy diets because he didn't feel like he was good enough for his job. He felt like he didn't look good enough. Yes, this is because of that. He can definitely be very harsh on himself if he feels like he's not doing a good job. Also, I don't know if you can hear this noise in the background. I'm so sorry about that. Someone near my house is literally chopping wood with a chainsaw. I don't know what to do. I have no other time I can record this video, so I'm so sorry. Please ignore that noise. Yeah, it's very annoying. Moving on, he has Jupiter in the 6th house, so this will also give him very good health and good luck in his daily life. Like he probably shows up to work very excited every day, very in a good mood. So yeah, this is a very nice placement. He has his North Node in the 4th house, so I feel like deep down he really wants to settle down someday, have his own house, have his own family, and feel security that, you know, Cancer risings really need. But however, he also has Chiron in the 4th house, so there is some troubles that Jimin will have to surpass. Chiron or Chiron, I'm actually not sure, is also an asteroid. Some people say it's a comet, but it's pretty much the same thing. And it also talks about our wounds and our past traumas. So with Chiron in the 4th, usually this means trauma related to the home, family, and childhood. So he probably actually felt like he didn't belong anywhere when he was younger. With Chiron in this house, it usually can mean an unstable home, that the parents are emotionally or physically absent. But knowing Jimin's life story, I think this is not the case. I think it's more because he had to leave home so young to train, to be an idol. So I feel like he probably missed his parents, not because they did a bad job, but because like his life didn't allow him to be with his parents from a young age. So he misses his childhood and he misses his home life a lot. This can also lead to him relying on other people to provide a sense of security that he never had. He sort of wants to give people what he never had. Chiron is in Libra too, so he may have had some bad relationships, some bad love experience that caused him a little bit of trauma. This is also very common with people who have many placements in Scorpio. Usually they have a lot of relationship traumas. So Jimin, he may have experienced unrequited love, so he loved someone who didn't love him back, and he probably constantly feels betrayed, disappointed by other people. So he probably seeks approval from others throughout his life, and sometimes he can sacrifice, I'm sorry about that noise again, he's willing to sacrifice his happiness in order to gain, you know, the acceptance that he feels like he needs. However, like this also comes with a good side, because he, like I said before, he sort of wants to give other people what he feels like he doesn't have himself. So he's always wanting other people to feel accepted, and he always wants other people to feel safe and provided for. But just to make an overall wrap up of this whole chart, I think Jimin is definitely following his true life purpose, just like all of the members of BTS we've seen so far. He's also a very interesting person, and he has a lot of layers that we really don't see because it just doesn't show us. He's way more complicated than what we think he is. He was definitely meant to be in BTS, and he was definitely meant to experience all the success in his career. If he wasn't in BTS, I still think he would do something related to art, to music, dancing, or theater, because, you know, he's very dedicated, he's very perfectionistic, he's very ambitious, and he has a lot of placements that connect him to art. Maybe he would be a teacher, like a dance teacher or a music teacher, something like that. He's also very, very smart. He's very intelligent. He's very curious. He definitely wants to explore a lot of different concepts, a lot of different ideas. He likes having his mind stimulated. Yeah, and I think also when he gets married, I think he will have a very nice marriage. They will both need to support each other all the time. They will have a lot of fun in their daily lives, doing simple little tasks, exercising, traveling. Yeah, I think he will have a very happy life. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and comment down below any questions that you have, or comment who you want to see next. Don't forget that I'm going to do all of the BTS members, so from youngest to oldest. I've done Jimin, I've done Taeyoung, I've done Jungkook, Taeyoung, now Jimin, and we're gonna do all of them. But let me know any suggestions that you have, and if you like this video, and also don't forget about my readings. If you want to just support this channel, you can also go to buymeacoffee.com/Charlie and just buy me a coffee. You don't have to, not at all, just if you don't want to. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye!